Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As we have witnessed XRP hit the $1.50 mark, 3xing in value since the election of President Donald Trump. Oh, and doesn't it feel so good to see your net worth 3x in just 2 weeks? But we're just getting started, my friends. As off the heels of Gary Gensler resigning, XRP shot up from $1.20 all the way to $1.50, and we're just getting started. Bitcoin is just $160 away from 100K, and the full-fledged moon mission that will only continue from here on out has only begun. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what's extremely important that I want all of you to realize is that yesterday I had a almost 2-hour live stream with Waters Above Crypto discussing the green god candle we're experiencing right now and the price targets we expect XRP to reach, as well as the time frames we expect them in. We also talk about when we expect this to end, because you best believe we're not going to get caught flat-footed. We're going to execute on this God candle perfectly. And we're also looking at Bitcoin and how high this baby could fly. Do not suffer like many in the XRP army have done. Do not suffer like people who came in during their first bull markets and didn't take profits. I am literally here to prevent you from doing that. Because Gary... Little old Gary is stepping down in January, and this was a catalyst to sending us to the moon. And in the middle of me recording this video, XRP had gone all the way up to $1.61. This is how explosive XRP can get. This is how much money there is to make. But ladies and gentlemen, I think what's most significant is the fact that all these quote-unquote dinosaur coins are going absolutely parabolic. Look at Stellar right now. XRP's little brother is at 45 cents, pulled back to 42 cents, and it's a straight green god candle as well. XRP and Stellar like to move in tandem, and we're witnessing in real time that play out. Ladies and gentlemen, isn't it so fascinating that these quote-unquote dinosaur coins like Cardano, Algorand, Dogecoin, Litecoin, HBAR, Quant, numerous tokens we've talked about on this channel are the biggest risers on the day? It's no coincidence at all. We've always been tactical snipers when researching and choosing which cryptos to go balls deep in. Ladies and gentlemen, let all the children play with the memes. Their money is a joke. Our money is hard-earned, and hard-earned money, strategic money, intelligent investor money that sustains itself through generations. That's not that fast and quick money that evaporates in a club in Miami overnight. Oh no, we earned our stripes and every single dollar we're about to get. But if you want me to be very real with you, I'll tell you some free alpha. The truth of the matter is the best opportunities in the market right now, after all these high quality tokens have gone up in value a couple 100%, are some undervalued gems that are well researched as well. Ladies and gentlemen, these are higher risk. And to protect my audience on YouTube publicly, I do not disclose which cryptos I'm about to talk about, but on my OnlyFans at onlyfans.com/thebearablebull. Please look that up, as I can't post a direct link in my description. I have 5 coins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that I've put significant money in, that I think are about to rip with a cash position I've been holding on to. Ladies and gentlemen, with Gary stepping down, we see that the entire crypto market is rallying. The bulls are all the way back, and I want you to take advantage of them. And while we're on YouTube, I'll be going about my XRP exit strategy and disclosing every time I take profits from the safer cryptos that I've discussed on my channel. But some of the higher risk ones, check out the OnlyFans for. Ladies and gentlemen, the SEC case is officially over. But I'm going to remind you and make something absolutely clear. The punishment was not $125 million in legal fees Ripple had to pay. It was the 4 years of legal battles, limited XRP adoption, exchange delistings, and the psychological warfare and exclusion from the last bull run. Nothing that Ripple ever did was illegal. They were always ahead of the game in the market. But during the lawsuit, Ripple doubled down. They made massive acquisitions. They had 100 more partnerships. They had CBDCs being trialed by governments. And you think that we're stopping at 160? I'll see you at the yacht party we're about to throw. I'll see you at the vacations we're about to be on. I'll see you in the private islands we're about to run out. I'll see you at the conferences we're about to be invited to. Ladies and gentlemen, being an XRP Army member, it's going to have serious weight moving forward. And that's what it's always been about. In my live stream that I had with Waters Above Crypto, in timely fashion, Gary Gensler resigned alive during that live stream. Incredible Crypto himself is discussing how the monthly RSI for XRP is about to enter overbought territory for the first time in 3 years. And he says this is absolutely bullish. And he states the higher the RSI goes, the stronger the momentum is and the more bullish a coin is. This is important as we continue forward. And ladies and gentlemen, do not fear. El Toro Loco is here. And we are still heading much higher. Now, something significant that I want you all to pay attention to is that over the next couple weeks, we'll be paying very close attention to what XRP does relative to the market to see if it's strategic to take some XRP profits to rotate into some undervalued coins, or vice versa. The market has to play out, and that is the adaptation opportunity that we'll be privy to right here on this channel. But one thing I'm going to say is this. This is not the time to throw a fit. It's the time to batten down the hatches. Nothing is stopping the money you're about to make. Dot your I's, cross your T's. If you haven't done so already, get your offline hardware wallets in the description below for a discount because I love all of you. Make sure you know how to secure your capital. Make sure you have your exchanges all locked in, ready to go with all of the ID verification to maximize your withdrawal limits. And act like you want it. Because I know you all want it. Trump is creating the first White House crypto role and just named a bullish treasurer. Even Brad Garlinghouse said it was bullish for crypto. And in the meantime, while all of this is happening, Ripple has assigned bank IDs to over 500 banks. This is not a drill. This is the real deal. This has been the chosen coin by institutions from the beginning. The price just didn't reflect it. But now all the 7 years since the past all-time highs are going to reflect and catch up to where it should be and actually go beyond it. This cycle. Are you paying attention yet? Because Brad Garlinghouse is launching his marketing campaign. And you better believe the follow through in price will follow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. We have a lot more fun left to enjoy. As always, guys, I appreciate every single one of you. And the party's only Just getting started.
Welcome back. Bitcoin has been on fire. Take a look at Bitcoin this morning at 93,761. The cryptocurrency touching a new all-time high of about $94,000 yesterday. As the Trump rally continues, Trump Media and Technology Group also reportedly in advanced talks to acquire crypto exchange Bakkt. Bakkt says it does not comment on, quote, market rumors or speculation. The acquisition would mark Trump's latest move into the world of crypto after promising to explore crypto-friendly policies on the campaign trail. Joining me now is the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse. Brad, great to see you.
Very good to see you.
Thanks so much for being here. Tell us how Ripple fits into this whole crypto framework that we're actually understanding better and better recently.
So from the earliest days, Ripple has been focused on solving the problem around cross-border payments. It's slow, it's expensive, and we use a digital asset called XRP to help speed that up, make it very inexpensive and very reliable. But the challenge, as you know well, is the U.S. has had this very hostile. The Biden administration has been waging a war on crypto, and I think an unlawful war. Courts have agreed with us on that. And we're finally seeing that kind of unlocked in a Trump embraced crypto and crypto embraced Trump. And I think we're seeing that reflect in kind of how the markets have reacted since the election.
So for Ripple, do you think that this also unlocks new revenue opportunities for you in the U.S.? Because I know the customer base largely outside the U.S.
You're exactly right. You know, the United States SEC filed a lawsuit about what is XRP 4 years ago. And so it kind of froze the U.S. market opportunity for us. You know, if you're a U.S. bank or U.S. financial institution, you're like, let's just wait and see how this plays out. So sure. 95% of our customers are outside the United States. And finally, I think we're at a point where we can actually see growth and see the crypto industry thrive here in the United States. The largest economy in the world has really been leaning out of the crypto economy.
And giving it up to China.
There's no question. Look, it's growing in the UK, it's growing in Japan, it's growing in Switzerland. I mean, these are big economies that are leaning, you know, the U.S. really has been the outlier in many ways.
Yeah, it's a great point. So talk to us about your outlook for crypto under the Trump administration and this deregulation that Trump is underway, thinking about and talking about. Look, he's been putting together a cabinet. We still don't have his idea on a Securities and Exchange Commission head, CFTC head. All of these agencies want a piece of you, want a piece of the crypto industry. They all want to have some kind of a regulatory, role here. Do you think you get more clarity under the Trump administration on who's running things?
Yes. We want them to have a role. And as you know well, one of the biggest problems the crypto industry has had isn't the idea there's too much regulation. It's just the regulation's not even clear. We're trying to apply laws from literally 1946, a famous Supreme Court case called the Howey test. We're trying to apply that to a digital asset industry that's been developed in the last 10, 15, 20 years. And so it just doesn't fit. And I think as we bring this new, really the Trump cabinet to bear, getting those clear rules, which we've been asking for under the Biden administration for years, I think we're finally going to get that clarity, which will help the U.S. lead again. And I think, Trump talks about making America great again. I think he's going to make crypto great again in the United States.
No, he certainly talks about it a lot and wants more in terms of the U.S. role in that. Trump reportedly meeting privately with the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, on Monday to discuss key appointments for the second Trump administration. So Fox Business's Edward Lawrence spoke to Coinbase chief policy officer about that meeting. Watch this.
We're gratified by the degree that the Trump team has had an open door with us and given us an opportunity to talk about our vision about crypto and to see them ultimately adopt much of that. We're very excited to do our part to fulfill the president's vision of making the U.S. a crypto and digital asset leader of the world. There's a lot of work to be done. There was a lot of damage done over the last 4 years that all of us in the industry and working with our policymakers can kind of get going on to restore the U.S.'s position as a global leader.
Well, I'll tell you, I think it would speak volumes if Trump put in a crypto expert in the SEC. That would be unbelievable. Or CFTC. Where does Coinbase fit into all of this?
I mean, Coinbase has been a really important voice in this. I think, three key players came together during this election cycle. Coinbase, Ripple, and Andreessen Horowitz came together to really make sure that crypto was front foot on the agenda. And I think we will get someone at the SEC who is very familiar with crypto. There's a couple names still in the mix that I think are very strong candidates. And the nice thing is, these are people who don't go in with we're going to attack this industry. And it really did turn out to be at a minimum unethical and a maximum unlawful. And again, federal courts are saying that, not just Brad Garlinghouse.
Right. And Trump has talked about the stablecoin industry as well. You're about to launch a stablecoin. Is that right?
We are indeed. Ripple announced not too long ago, we're announcing something called RLUSD or Ripple USD. The stablecoin market now is 170, about $180 billion. And the largest player is called Tether. We think there's an opportunity for the Ripple of the world, the institutional use case, selling into banks, solving that cross-border, and really making payments cheaper, faster. We think this is a perfect use case of these technologies.
I can understand it because slowly but surely you're seeing financial services get it and start implementing crypto, stablecoins in their businesses. Trump, of course, has vowed to fire SEC Chairman Gary Gensler on day one. I said day one. And Gensler has recently signaled that he may soon resign after President-elect Trump's massive election win. Here's a look at some of the rumored contenders Trump is considering for the chairman of the SEC, Brad. And I want to get your take on what's the most important thing that person should do in the early days of this new role at the SEC, should one of these folks get them.
I think working with Congress and identifying here's the gaps in the existing laws that create the confusion. I think, I don't know all those candidates personally, but there's a bunch of very strong candidates up there that I think aren't going to pretend that, hey, the rules are clear. Gary Gensler would testify in front of Congress and literally say the rules are clear, but in the next sentence, he wouldn't answer the question, is ETH a security? So to me, it's just this, head in the sand. It's a new dawn for crypto in the United States, and I think we really can make this the heartbeat of the crypto and blockchain industry in the next 5 or 10 years.
For so many people, they feel like the people who are writing these rules, writing the framework for crypto, actually don't understand it. I mean, do you think Gary Gensler actually understands the crypto business?
One of the most frustrating things about Gary Gensler, he actually taught classes at MIT about crypto. And if you watch the videos of him teaching these classes, and then you listen to him after he became the chair of the SEC under Elizabeth Warren's kind of guidance.
Oh, I see where you're going.
It was a night and day difference. And so
he is smart, he understands, but he's political.
Extremely. And hypocritical.
Yeah.
Look, literally the federal courts were calling the SEC under his leadership, these are exact quotes, arbitrary and capricious, failing to follow a faithful allegiance to the law.
Wow.
They were even sanctioned in one case in Utah, that the SEC was sanctioned by a federal judge. This is not what we want from our government institutions, to work for the people and to actually protect investors.
All right, we will leave it there. Brad, great to see you.
Great to see you.
Thanks so much. Great insights from you, Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple.